Stop forcing the 3D to manifest whatever it is that you desire. Hello, beautiful soul. Welcome back to my channel. This is Priya, your manifestation coach. And in this video, I am going to share with you why you need to stop forcing the 3D in order to manifest what you want and how to do this. But first, if you are somebody who would like some accountability, inspiration, and consistency to manifest whatever it is that your heart desires, I offer monthly membership coaching. This is where I hop on live every single week, where you can get your questions answered by me in real time. You can get access to this by clicking the link below in the description box. I also offer an online course, Manifest Your SP Mastery, that you can get instant access to by also clicking the link below in the description box. And finally, I also offer one-on-one coaching to help you manifest anything you desire. Again, you can get access to this by also clicking the link below in the description box. Okay, let's get back to this video. Stop forcing the 3D. So this is something that trips a lot of people up when it comes to manifesting whatever it is that you want, whether that's a specific person, a new relationship, more money, your ideal body, your dream house, dream car, whatever it is that you want, okay? And to be honest as well, it's something that I still practice even now. I have to constantly remind myself not to force anything in the 3D. And the reason why this is because your thoughts create reality, okay? Your assumptions, your beliefs, and the stories that you hold inside of you, that is what is creating your 3D reality. So what happens with a lot of people when they're trying to manifest, and let's take the example of a specific person, just because that's what most people seem to want to manifest. That's always the questions that I get in the comment section. But let's say you're manifesting a specific person, okay? So most people, what they will do is they will try to take action in the 3D to manifest that specific person, right? So they'll reach out to them, they'll call them, maybe they'll stalk them, maybe they will, constantly be begging their specific person to see them or to message them. In other words, they are trying to force their specific person in the 3D through human actions to love them, to be like, oh, please be with me. And this is absolutely something that you don't want to do. And it's the same thing with money or anything else that you're trying to manifest. Because here's the thing, if you haven't first changed what is going on up here, right, the way that you think, the way that you see yourself, if you haven't changed your stories and your assumptions about the thing that you're trying to call in, it doesn't matter what actions you take in the 3D, you're not going to be able to manifest the thing that you want. Like, you might get it for a little bit, but it will not stick if you haven't become the version of you that has your manifestation, that has your specific person, or that has the money, or your ideal body. Okay, so any action that you take in the 3D will always fail. Like, you might get a little bit of it at first through like forcing something in the 3D, by trying to convince someone in the 3D why they should be with you. Because maybe you sit down, you have a conversation, you try to convince them, well, this is why we should be together. And then maybe they say yes, but it will not stick. Because in your mind, you still see yourself as maybe, for example, somebody who's not good enough, who's not lovable, people never commit to you. Or maybe you have stories about your specific person, they're an asshole, they're not ready for commitment, they never treat me right, they're not ready to settle down. And let's take an example for money. Maybe you have stories around money such as, I never have enough money, money is the root of all evil. If you have stories like that, or even just stories about yourself that say, I'm not worthy, I'm not good enough, then if you've done nothing to change this, your 3D reality will continue to prove to you the assumptions, beliefs, and stories that you hold within you. And that's why trying to force or manipulate something in the 3D is absolutely a waste of time. It just is. It's a waste of your time when you could be using that instead to go in here and tell the new story, right? And think as if you're the version of you that already has it. It's that simple. Like if you instead chose to forget what's going on in the 3D, like accept whatever's happened in the 3D. Now, accepting what has happened in the 3D, let's say because maybe your specific person rejected you or you don't have enough money in your bank account, that doesn't mean that you're not going to get your manifestation. I'm just talking about make peace with what has happened in the 3D. The minute you do that, you'll feel your energy shift anyway, right? Because you're no longer trying to manipulate or force something into 3D. Then the next step is to actually change your assumptions. And you do that by thinking as if you're the version of you that has your manifestation. And you do this through affirmations, okay? All you have to do is curate affirmations that imply your end of whatever it is that you desire. So let's say you desire X amount in your bank account. I have X amount in my bank account, or I always get paid X amount a month, or I make X amount a day. Let's take an example with your specific person. So maybe your new affirmations are, me and my specific person are in a loving, happy, committed relationship. I'm always prioritized, I'm always chosen. My specific person always treats me with kindness and so much love, okay? And let's say that now you begin to saturate your subconscious mind with these new affirmations. Remember that affirmations are just the thought that you are thinking, okay? We are thinking at least 70,000 thoughts on average per day, which means that you're affirming at least 70,000 times a day. So all you're going to do now is begin to think as if you're the version of you that has your manifestation through your new affirmations. Okay. And you do this through repetition. And when you saturate your subconscious mind with this new story, so that this new story becomes dominant within you, dominant meaning you're telling the new story more than you're telling the old story, your subconscious mind has to produce proof of this to you in your 3D reality. And I'm telling you now that you don't need to take any action. You actually don't. And we're going to talk about action in a second, but all you have to do is just change your thought patterns. That's it. And whatever needs to be moved in your 3D reality to make your manifestation so, right, to make the affirmations that you're saying true will be moved. If a million things need to be moved around, it will be moved. That's not your job. That's the job of your subconscious mind. Your job is to continue to think as if and saturate your subconscious mind with this new story. And when you do that, everything will be taken care of for you. You don't have to do a single thing. And this is how manifestation occurs. This is how manifestation is actually easy when you really can take that step back and say, I don't need to force anything in the 3D. And this is the most challenging thing for a lot of people. And I get it. It's something that I continue to practice. Or when I catch myself trying to force something in the 3D, I take a step back and be like, And that's an alarm bell for me that I need to go within here and change my thought patterns. Because ultimately, without doing that, nothing's going to stick, you know? So the idea is when you begin to think as if you're the version of you that has your manifestation, your subconscious mind will produce proof of this to you in your 3D reality. This is when your specific person will show up as a version of them that you want. This is when the money will show up in your account. This is when you'll get the pay rise or whatever it is that you want. It's that simple. All you have to do is just change what is going on in here. Change your thought patterns. Think as if you're the version of you that has your manifestation. That is it. Now, in terms of action, you know, people talk about inspired action and all the things. And here's the thing. When you're truly taking inspired action, it's not actually something that you think about. It's something that just unfolds naturally. Like in your mind, you're not thinking, oh, this is inspired action and this is going to lead to my manifestation. It's more like you're just doing it without even thinking, right? So if you're thinking, oh, should I message my specific person right now or should I not? That's not inspired action. If you were truly in that state and you had saturated your mind with the new story so that you become the version of you that has your manifestation, your specific person with the money, you wouldn't be thinking, well, should I manifest my specific person or not? Like it would be something that you would just do naturally without giving it a second thought. That really is like inspired action. You're not thinking about it. It's just something that you're doing automatically that feels natural. Okay, so if you're questioning, well, should I take this action or should I not? Then what you want to do is remind yourself, well, the only thing that really matters is what I'm thinking inside of here, right? What am I thinking in here? What thoughts am I thinking? The only thing that matters is, am I saturating my subconscious mind with the new story? And so that's your cue to be like, let me go within and repeat my affirmations. And you'll see every time you choose to go within and repeat your affirmations, instead of trying to force something in the 3D, you will see how fast things change. You will see how quickly things change. Okay, so Stop trying to force things in the 3D. The way to remember this is, if you haven't changed the way that you think in here, meaning if you still see yourself as somebody who is not good enough, not worthy, if you have stories such as my SP hates me, they don't want to be with me, I never make enough money, it's so hard to make money, and you don't do anything to change those stories, so those stories are still dominant within you and prevalent within you, it doesn't matter what actions you take in the 3D, you're still not going to get what you want, because you have an assumption that says otherwise. And your assumption, stories, and beliefs are always what is being reflected back to you in your 3D reality. It's as simple as that. So it's important to acknowledge this, to accept this, and to begin to actually put into practice changing your thought patterns, right? If you really want what you want, then you're going to actually do the work. You're going to step it up and be like, okay, I'm going to start changing my thought patterns. Like, fuck the 3D for now. All I'm going to do is focus on what is going on in here. And remember that ultimately, when you're changing your thought patterns so that you're thinking as if you're the version of you that has your manifestation, all you're doing is changing yourself. You're becoming the version of you that already has it. So you're not hurting anybody in the 3D. It's not like you going up to someone in the 3D trying to convince them to be with you. No, you're not doing any of that, okay? You're taking your power back. You're becoming the version of you that is worthy of having, you're always worthy, period. But you're becoming the version of you that knows you can have whatever you want, right? You're becoming the version of you that has your manifestation simply by saturating your subconscious mind with the new story that implies you have your manifestation. It's as simple as that. When you do this, everything will take care of itself. Your subconscious mind will take care of the how. And this is how you can manifest anything that you want into your reality. So to recap, stop forcing things in the 3D. Okay, the more you force things in the 3D, what you will find is that there will be backlash. You're just setting yourself up to feel more triggered, to get more angry, to react more, because you haven't yet shifted who you are inside of you, right? The old stories are still dominant. So any actions that you take in the 3D are going to reflect the shitty stories that you have going on within you that say, I'm not good enough, I'm not lovable, SP hates me, I don't have enough money, okay? So when you're trying to force it in the 3D, the only thing that will really happen is that you will feel exhausted, burned out. And, sometimes people have to get there in order to say, okay, enough is enough. I want to do something different now. This isn't working, right? And that's when people start to actually do the work, do the inner work. By inner work, I mean just simply changing your stories. Begin to think as if you're the version of you that has your manifestation. And all you care about is, what are you thinking in here? Because what's going on out there is a reflection of what's going on in here. That's it for this video. Thank you so much for being here. I love you. I appreciate you. Have a beautiful day or a wonderful evening. Mwah.